Right, now then. Thought it was about time that we put up a picture of Westminster Parliament. Right. The incident that was supposed to have gone off on Westminster Bridge. Now, Westminster Bridge goes along this side, in front of this building. Alright. Now then. This here is where the police officers stand with their automatic rifles to prevent persons entering the Houses of Parliament, as well as allowing allowing members of Parliament to enter, because this here is the entrance gates to the Houses of Parliament. It's put the airy nave underneath Parliament, where the car park is. Let's draw in one. Just before we do that, as this is Westminster Bridge, the vehicle on the day was supposed to have sped down this begging bridge, turn this sodding corner, and hit one of the walls, presumably that one that looks large enough within the other photograph, hit the freaking wall. There were officers standing here who didn't notice. Let's draw it in. See, this gate here is open with the officers guarding it, who will then open this gate to allow MPs' vehicles to go in here. There are officers way down here protecting another entrance, and entrances indeed. But this is the first set of officers. And when I was last there, they had a box here which they could stand in. Probably have the tea break or something. Okay. But you tell me how it is that on the day that the story was aired, that police officers standing here guarding this entrance and allowing, of course, MPs in on foot, because that's why they're here, alright, as well as opening these gates. Now then, these officers cannot hear what's going on this bridge down here, all the way down, in the open air, people screaming mass murder going on to them with their screaming. There'd be, well, it was absolute chaos and pandemonium, and it would have been carried through the air. You're telling me these officers here didn't hear anything? It's coming from behind them. Coming from that bridge behind them. And you're telling me that they didn't see any people here running for their lives as they see what's going on the bridge, and a vehicle, of course, coming towards them. There'd be absolute pandemonium here. But we are to believe that these officers never noticed anything. We are equally to believe, in the second instance, that when a car comes round this picking corner here, speeding round, right? And you know as cars do, when they turn corners, how they screech, the tyres screech. And of course there's no rubber marks afterwards on the road. And he screeched and hit one of these walls, probably that or that. Whatever, you got 3 pegging walls here. Okay, well, yeah, let's see now. 1, 2, 3, pardon me, 4. They certainly couldn't have hit that, because there's no wall there. Okay, so one of these walled areas here with the gates on the top, sorry, with the railings on the top, was hit. And the police didn't hear any screeching, didn't hear any bang, didn't see anything. Nothing whatsoever. Do you know, people want to believe what they want to believe, and they're stern about it. Absolutely stern. The media's told them what to believe, they want to believe it, and so the two come together, and you can't move them, no matter what. You show them this picture, you say to them, if you're an officer on gate duty here with other officers, remember there's more than one officer, so all the officers are deaf and blind. If you were one of these officers, in reality, would you not hear what's going on behind you? Would you not hear all the cries coming through the open air? The people equally running down here, there's pandemonium, and there's a car comes round here, screeches, and then hits a wall, of which it doesn't make any dent in the wall, bring the railings down or anything. A huge smash concertining the car itself. You're telling me that you're going to pig and stand here and not notice what is happening a few yards up here and a few yards in that direction? You're telling me that you've never been in a room with windows and you've heard a screech of brakes of a car outside? Of course you have. Of course you have. All of a sudden there's a screech of brakes through PVC windows, double glazed windows, and you can hear it, and you turn, automatically you turn. Ooh, what's going on there? You get up and you go to the window, ooh, yeah. And everybody else that's in the room gets up and looks at, yeah. But you've got officers here, highly trained officers, ears like elephants, or should be, in the open air, which carries the sound more than if you are receiving it through double glazed windows. You've got panic everywhere in front of you. Officers on their own, you've got to turn slightly to the left to see all the people coming down here and scattering and hear the cries. No. They don't even see a person concertinaed his car into a wall with a set of railings on the top. They don't see the person get out and run towards them. What use are these officers? And I'll close with this, on this very point. Why haven't these officers been investigated? First of all, put on garden leave, suspended, on full pay. Why has there never been any investigation of these officers? Shouldn't there be an outcry equally from the media? Ask yourself. Why hasn't the media TV, newspapers, not one of them has cried out, what the hell are the police doing in London to have persons on gates armed to the pegging teeth who are deaf and blind? Do you know the papers, they're like the crap Sun newspaper, okay, would surely have a Labrador on with a police officer mocking the lot, saying this is an officer on the day. And with huge earpieces on. Deaf aids, massive deaf aids, just to mock. Why? Because everybody can see, the media can see, the media's been on pig inside, the media knows that this is fake. They stand there and they cannot help but notice this is fake, because a vehicle is not going to crash into a wall and not mark the wall, and the officers are going to see it. They're going to, first of all, hear the brakes. Or, let's put it this way, first of all, they're going to hear the pandemonium on the bridge right across at the back of them, okay, as it's been carried through the air. They're going to see people running, screaming, a frigging lot. And they're going to say, wait, what's going on here? Just shut the gates. Let's shut the gates, seal the gates. Right. Now, what's going on? But they don't. They hear nothing. Vehicle comes round yards away. Yards a frigging way. Yards away. Hey? How many pigging yards away from this group of officers? Not many yards away. How do we convince the stubborn? We can't. Those stubborn who have listened to the media, and the media themselves, again, don't believe this story for one moment, but they have to portray it as they do, because they're standing pig in our ear and they're asking the same sodding questions as I'm asking and every bugger else is asking. How the hell can officers be ignorant of the fact of all that noise going on and all the people coming down and the car coming round and screeching and hitting the pigging wall, and why is there not any inquiry about the suitability of these officers? Because the media knows. Every last pigging one of them. They're not innocent. Just as it was with Manchester, wasn't it? The media didn't go down after the so-called bombing because they knew it was fake. That's why they never covered anything of the actual building after it was claimed to have been bombed, because they knew there was nothing to film. No workmen to be seen on site, no skips, no timber, no wiring, nothing. So they didn't waste their time with Manchester Arena. And all they could do is to continue to enforce it by statements and footage, and to have a celebration, as it were, of remembrance of the day. That's all they could do. That's all they could do, to continue to reinforce their story on the public that this event happened. But again, they knew full well it didn't happen. Otherwise, they would have sent and made a vast amount of money by sending their reporters and cameramen down there after the event to film the repairing of the building and to interview those repairing the building. They don't follow through. That's the problem with these fake events. They never follow through because they can't follow through. And the media again knew that Manchester was a fake event, and hence they did not send any person down to make themselves money, to increase their circulation. We need to question the media. We shouldn't have to question government because government is a pack of lies from beginning to end. It's a lie. It's a complete freaking lie. The media has not quite got as far as government. They have to be questioned. And again, why didn't the media stand up and mock the police in this event? Why? Well, the police with Labradors and great big satellite dishes on their each ear, eh? Crying out, "Oh, the pigging blind and deaf. Let's have an inquiry." Don't carry it through, you see. Bye bye.